Come on, no, go away. Go away, little pop-up thing, so I can access my timer.
And viewers, if anything happens, just like if you notice something sounds wrong, just say so in chat.
This is why I like the viewers so much, man. They save my ass so much. It's like not even funny. But hello, everyone. I'm Gandair of the gaming clan Vato Clan, and this is Dominion Breakdown episode 3, where we're going to talk about. Hey, look! What do you know? There's a little thing right here that tells you what's on the. Oh my gosh! I don't even need to tell you what it's going to be about. It's on the screen already. And I do some casting for DominateDominion.com, and sometimes when my schedule allows it, I do some casting for a 4-players Liga tournament on Europe West. And I make these, and I like these. These are fun. I have guests. Who are you guys?
I'm HaIfhearted. I used to play for Team Pax, although right now I'm just a free agent because we had too many people, so something had to give. I like to play Brand. I like to burn things. I like to play Elise, kill people. I like to play Twitch, kill more people. It's fun. Next person, please.
I'm CaptnBuwberry. I have to play for Team PEX, third in command. I play just about anything. Know how to play some of the tougher champs like Annie and make them work. And if you need any questions on what champs are viable or not viable, what runes work for which champ, I can tell you for about half of them, in my experience.
My name is Painkiller, and somehow I got into second command for PEX. Don't know how that worked out. I like to play champs like Amumu and Elise, Fiora, basically anything that just annoys the crap out of people. That's it.
Cool. Alright, so, Dominate Dominion 38. It's coming up. Let's recap Dominate Dominion 36, 37. They happened. Alright, cool. Now we're over that. Feedsky made this awesome the thing that's on the screen, and Feedsky made it. It is the little advertisement post on Reddit for Dominate Dominion 38, and it's gotten a lot of attention. There's a bunch of comments and stuff, and it got a lot of upvotes. I hear that's what they're called. And it looks good. We had a bunch of dudes sign up for the tourney. We have some people coming back that we've seen before. We see amputees, Cheese Enema, Beware Tall Grass, Global Taunt Initiated, pays everyone child support. And I think that's it for returning guys. And there's no one from a lot of these other teams that really just jumps out and is like, hey, we're from DD Chat. Wait, except for this one, League of Newbies, Kiro291 is from DD Chat. Call Me Taste is from DD Chat. He's newer though.
League of Newbies was there last week too.
Yeah.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
oh, that's Lawn. That's
Lawn.
Lawn.
My mic's low, so I don't know if that's a problem on your end or.
Can you turn your mic up?
I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
I can't. There's not a setting for that in Skype.
Let me see how it sounds. Say something.
Say something.
Okay, it seems to be about the same volume that hearing it in Skype, honestly. So I guess it's you talking quietly.
Well, I kind of just woke up from a nap, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey guys, it's New Year's Eve. Let's sleep. What?
No, that sounds about right. Sleeping is awesome.
I know how to get Painkiller riled up. I just go farm the lane and get gankful.
What are you doing?
Oh god.
He just wakes up abruptly, he's sweating. Something's wrong. Floods to his computer.
Goes to spectate. Oh, that's what it was.
No! Yeah, that's the thing. See, there's a whole bunch of new teams. That's gonna be kind of cool. I hope that they actually can throw down and don't think Dominion's horrible when they get destroyed, if they don't know anything. I'm waiting for the 5 melee AD carry team, like Gangplank, Tryndamere, Nocturne.
I'm just waiting for like the rush of like revives and flashes and ghosts. So it's like every one of those teams running like Flash Ignite, Ghost Ignite, Flash Ghost. That's gonna be wonderful.
It's gonna be interesting. Hey, hopefully some will stick and like it, and some won't. And oh well, we don't need to says,
nice.
guys. We just want the guys that like it to stay.
Yeah, I just want some attention.
We're not trying to take over Summoner's Rift. We just want to show people that there's two things. Come check out Dominion. If you like it, stay. If you don't, well, hey, whatever.
Wait, we aren't trying to take over Summoner's Rift?
Oh, well, you gave it away. Damn it.
Damn,
Now they're gonna
shit.
know. There's gonna be guys in black suits and walk in.
Whoops. My bad.
SR is way too solid.
We're the Freak Patrol. You're gonna have to come with us. You don't have enough Triforces.
I haven't seen Triforce in a while.
I actually just saw it last game. I think Rezreal built it.
Well, now
Saw
you're
the game
suddenly
before that,
quieter.
too. Our Corky built it.
What the
No,
hell?
my Corky built Trinity
Oh,
Force.
okay.
Corky
Our
Nabobo.
Corky built Trinity Force.
He was in the war. You guys got anything you want to say about DD38 coming up? I mean, we got like a full bracket potentially.
I actually can't wait. Like,
Yeah, like that's actually gonna be pretty good. Like, it's gonna be like, I mean, again, like the top team is just gonna stomp everyone. But like, you know, like if you had like say TSM or like CLG or something just going into like an EB tournament, of course, you know, they'd stomp everyone too. But it's nice because we actually have enough teams. So like the live EB teams are gonna be going up against each other rather than like inexperienced teams. So
Yep.
it'll be slightly less stompy, and I'm hoping we'll have a bit more attention this time around.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, another thing about new teams that come in, one, they don't play enough Dominion to beat the better teams. Two, usually the runes aren't correct. Like in terms of SR runes, if you come in with MP5 and those type of runes, you're gonna get slaughtered. Like you have to come in with the armor per levels, the magic resist per level. I mean, you gotta be really defensed on your runes.
Yeah, you have to
Save
be
your
Dominion
res. You have to be Dominion savvy. You have to have all that Dominion knowledge. Like if you come in and don't buy Prosplay, don't buy Pros Ring or whatever, and you run out and you with 600 health and get destroyed by Jax in 2 seconds, you know, it's not Jax's fault. It's just you don't know the runes and masteries you gotta use for Dominion. So that's why you gotta ask people what runes and masteries you need before you try this and are able to beat the better teams.
Yeah.
Cool. We gotta open like another 2 pages on this thing. I figured I'd show all the different rosters on the screen real quick.
That seems unnecessary.
Whatever. It's my show, man. Why you got a backseat mod, man?
I love backseat driving.
I said backseat modding. It's completely different.
Close enough.
All right, V-patch, guys. I didn't get to cover this last time because, well, that video was ridiculously long. And I'm just gonna start reading down the list, and we'll just go in the order that it shows here on a League Wiki. New skins: Dark Candy Fiddle, Sleigh Bell Cat, Bad Santa Vigor, Snow Day Ziggs, Neon Strike V. You guys like any of these?
I like the cat. That's one of my personal favorites.
I'm actually not a fan of the cat one that much. It just seems mediocre, honestly.
I miss the old cat recall where she got on the pole. Yeah. I hate you, Riot.
That was actually cute. I thought it was funny, you know, it's just a nice little touch.
Make recalling less boring.
Apparently it didn't fit the theme of the skins. Now they have her do the exact same thing she always does, except now she likes the candy cane. That's just like, it's not really cute, it's not funny, it's just why, you know,
I think she's adorable.
I think it's great,
love
but I
that
mean,
cat.
why would you... I gotta talk about the community of League for a second. This is a community that eats up fan service. And like, there's like, I'm sure you can find tons of this stuff on DeviantArt and other places on the internet, fan art and fan fiction and stuff like that. And they're like, no, you can't put that into the game. What? Was it opposite day when that got released?
Well, I mean,
I
like,
thought
for
people
all
would
those
be all
guys
over
who
that
are
idea.
saying you can't put that in the game, they clearly have no idea that Italy ever even existed, because she's been doing that basically exact same thing for forever.
I know.
I think the argument Riot gave was along the lines of it didn't fit the theme or the spirit of the skin because it's supposed to be like light-hearted and cute and ha-ha and not.
PR.
No, I'm a
Sorry.
stripper. When Katarina's basically a stripper anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. It's getting into we're getting off topic.
I think Sleigh Bell Cat literally was the topic, so.
True.
I like the Dark Candy Fiddle a lot, though. I'm a sucker for anything that's like snow and ice, and I'm like trying to find money and like change in my room and stuff to try and buy that. I've only ever bought one skin with my own money, and that was High Command Cat, just because I played a ton of Cat, and I like the belt thing, like the leather clasps and stuff. Like I was a big fan of Lulu in Final Fantasy X. I just like that sort of style of clothing, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get this. It's really awesome. And now there's Crowstorm, but it's like Snowstorm, and it's freaking awesome. So I want to get it.
You know what? I'm not a personal fan of the Dark Candy Fiddlesticks because Crowstorm engages my teammates to attack more than that Snowstorm. Whenever I go in with the Snowstorm, they're like, oh, they don't even know I ulted. When I do Crowstorm in my other skins, they know I've ulted and they go in.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've had teammates not go in because they thought I wasn't ulting.
The
It kind
sound
of looks like a
effect
Nunu ult. It looks like a Nunu ult when it.
and that.
Yeah, actually, like my brother he saw like Snow Days Zigs. Like he actually had no idea that like that little snowball on the ground was actually minefield. Like he just walked right into it. He's like, wait, why is it exploding? Oh, I just face palmed so hard.
Vigor summons a forest, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the Vigor. I like the Zigs.
I haven't seen the Vigor one yet. I have it. I just never used it.
I've seen it a pretty good bit.
The event horizon for Vigor is like a bunch of trees, like a bunch of Christmas trees. It's freaking cool.
And it makes like the sleigh noise too. Like
Neon Strike V, anyone?
I'm not a fan personally.
I haven't played these yet.
Feed has a personal gripe against me.
Yeah, he doesn't like these very much.
I hate fighting against her, to be honest. She's really annoying.
All right.
She screams really bad.
What?
She screams really bad. She's a very loud character.
Yep. So let's get time to talk about her. We have Six, the Piltover Enforcer, new champ. She's got some abilities. We haven't seen her a lot yet, have we? I mean, we've seen her a little bit. She's got an armor reduction, which seems like it's pretty solid, and Assault and Battery is a pretty good skill to have. But she doesn't seem particularly like overpowered, like the cycle of new champ.
Yeah,
is
she's
supposed to be,
seems
allegedly.
balanced, honestly.
Yeah, she's balanced. Like I see some people tear it up, but I don't see anyone like go completely OP on the scene. You know, it just seems like she's manageable, but she can still do damage in her hands.
Yeah. I hate fighting against your ultimate though. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get knocked up, and you're gonna get stunned, and you're gonna get knocked up again, and
It slammed me in a Fiora ult.
yeah, and it's not a Fiora ult, but it's just annoying because like you know you're not getting away from it.
That's a little.
Like I tried knocking her back during her ult, and I still got knocked up anyway. I'm like, what?
Yeah, she seems to have like the Ragnarok style immunity thing,
Yeah.
but it's like more hard than that. It's like amazing.
Yeah, V suffers from what I call game plank syndrome, where she can get to you, she can get to the target, but she has no slows that keep on the target.
Yeah.
Does she do any match damage, or just get her Frozen Mallet, right?
Yeah, she
Frozen
gets
Mallet.
that.
Yeah, but Frozen Mallet's really hard to incorporate in builds nowadays. Like incredibly hard for new items. Like usually it's a bunch of bows, cleavers, and other things. You have ghost blades, things like that.
Yeah, V just, from what I've seen, she just wants to stack like AD and maybe grab like a Frozen Fist. I don't know.
Yeah, Frozen Fist is another really good item that came out. Oh my god.
Oh, thank God it's getting nerfed soon.
That item was
I love that item.
Of course you do.
I'm not gonna get tired of this picture. You guys want to talk about the? Is you got anything else to say on the subject of V? Like, or does that kind of? Is that just kind of it? Is that all there is for her?
That's kind of there is. That's kind of how
I remember when V was released, like Caliph, you know, like Like everyone knew that Talith was going to spam V, and like the first game of getting tapped in with Talith, both Talith and Comp were on the same team with me, and I knew they were both going to try and insta-lock V, and then some random guy on the team just insta-locks her instead. And neither Comp or Talith got her. Oh, that was just so funny to me.
Oh gosh.
And then Talith locked, I think it was Victor, just because it was, I quote, the most interesting champ when you type in VI.
Well, Victor's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he is. He's also, well, Talith did alright that game because he was Victor bot versus an Ezreal, so that worked out, but oh man, fun times for him.
I'm sad. I've gone back like 4 pages and I can't find the picture of V with the Iceborne gauntlets.
Oh god, that one. You probably want to look in the dev tracker for that. Yeah, look in the dev tracker for that thread.
Oh, wait, there's a red tracker?
Yeah, like, the red tracker. Good. In the forum, click. Let me see if I can find. There's a dev tracker, like underneath the forum listings. It has announcements, dev tracker, Dominion. You want to click dev tracker.
Under the forums. What?
Yeah. Like scroll up, scroll over very top,
Top forums. Oh, it's a drop-down menu. Okay, I got you.
Okay, so
I just have to find a multi-page thread.
Getting back on topic because we aren't already.
Shogath. Wait, do you guys have the patch? Let me link that to you real quick.
Yeah,
if you don't already have it open, we'll put it in the Skype call. Ta-da! There you go. Cho'Gath, they made a change to Carnivore. Does that do anything in Dominion? Are we worried about that over here?
Nope.
No, Cho'Gath really suffers from basically a useless passive unless he's a soloing bot. And he can't keep V stacks in Dominion, so he's always small and can never get to the monster Cho'Gath like he can in SR. So he's just he's easily ganked, and he's just an average lane holder. So he's just Dominion Cho'Gath, you know.
Yeah, and his damage is really good for Dominion because everyone has their armor and stuff. Like you can't burst someone down with just feasting and doing his thing. And after he's done with that, he doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, he's also really skill shotty. Like in SR, if you miss a rupture, you can just go back to your tower and wait for the next one. And then if you land a rupture, your team dives in and goes for it. But with Cho'Gath, if you miss a rupture and silence and you're getting engaged on your tower, or you're trying to engage on a tower, a lot of times you don't have enough time for those to reset if you miss. So
you have to go in. You have to either go in anyway, or you just have to abort the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just way too risky in terms of skill shots. Like, unless you land every single one of them, every other champ is better.
Yeah, he's just subpar on all fronts. I think that's the main problem with him. Like, I'm sure you could get that Cho'Gath to work, to be average, but why would you do that when you have other people that you can get to work to be better? Like, I'm not saying spam OP, but, like, you know, he just seems really useless, and he takes a lot of effort to get little out of him.
Yeah, that sounds fair. So how about these Diana changes? They decided that Diana got robbed. I think that's the best way to say it.
I didn't get the link to the patch, by the way.
I posted in the call.
It's in Skype.
Okay. Diana, they said they over-nerfed her and they're gonna fix her, but you know, I still play her bot. She's still pretty good. Yeah, but I think her orb radius needs to go back up because it just won't explode anymore.
That orb detonation thing, like, I thought it would be manageable, but like I actually got in the air and actually, like, you have to actually work to pop those things now. It's like you don't just like the rest of the number nerfs were fine, but that orb thing was completely unnecessary. It just feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm literally right next to the guy and it's not exploding. It's like,
it just
feels like sitting on top of him. But, yeah, like, I can understand the R nerf because if you landed the Q, you could, like, dash and, like, forever get him. But I think they need to increase the radius range and increase the damage on crescent stuff.
Yeah, I do think that the R nerf was perfectly in line. Like, 750 range is still a really, really strong gap closer. I don't see what, like, they're buffing it back up, by the way. They're increasing it to like 800 or something.
Yeah. With 900, she could just dash halfway across the lane.
It's pretty stupid.
Especially in SR, like, I can see it would be a huge problem there.
That's Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. But most of these are designed for SR, not the minions.
Oh, okay,
so
well, yeah,
just explain,
if you look at it
just
that way.
The reasoning they probably did that.
She could jump a pretty sick distance.
I do like that to decrease the maximum pull of her E, because like
They didn't
that
define
thing
it to a number, though.
Yeah, that, I don't know, like...
So how do we know how it changed?
I don't know what they changed it to, but like she could pull you in from way too far away. Like there is no reason for it to be a knock-up and a slow.
Yeah.
I think they should have just taken the slow off of it and left it as is.
That'd been pretty alright. I'm okay with that. They made some changes to Elise, too. Now, I know a couple of you guys play Elise, and I once did a cast where I knew absolutely nothing about her. So...
Spider!
I basically just yelled Spider for 20 minutes, and it was the pinnacle of Dominion commentary. Yeah, so what were these changes about? It seems like these are bug fixes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's basically like either bug fixes or like quality of life things to make her feel better.
Well, if I turned into a spider, my life would be kind of terrible, so I like quality of life changes.
Yeah, Elise can be pretty strong having the largest gap closer in the game.
Which is also miniature Zanya's. Like, Elise is pretty strong. Like, I know, like, some guys consider her OP. Comp doesn't, and, you know, I'll take his word.
Silent brought tier 1 after last night.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely at least tier 1. I don't quite think she's OP, but she is one of the strongest assassins in the game right now.
I don't know, if you could backdoor someone, I could do someone from 100 to 0 in one combo. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, you could do that to a squishy. You can't really do that to a bruiser.
No. But there's a lot, like...
And like, assassins are supposed to 100-0 squishies, so like...
Can she stop Ezreal?
Yeah, that's the reasoning is like someone like Talon could do the same thing, but at least has a lot of utility with it too. I think she's pretty powerful.
Well, I mean, I actually don't think she has that much utility. Like, she basically has a stun, and that's about it.
She has a stun, a getaway.
Like when you're in too deep, it doesn't really get you away. It just prolongs your death by 2.5 seconds. Like, it has to have an enemy target in order to jump to someone.
Yeah, but it's also an invulnerable, which is just like.
Yeah. Like, if there's no enemy minions to jump to, it is just a miniature Zanya's. It prolongs your death, but you know, it does actually stop it from dying.
And then you have like the infinite poke from the spiderlings, your W, and then you have a stun. You just have so much that you can do with her. Like she's so versatile. Like she just has so much that can be done, and someone who can master her can do really well.
Yeah, I've definitely done pretty well with Rock. I use her spider links to check brushes and stuff. She has really good utility, that's for damn sure. Although, her... I don't know, like, I do feel that she isn't overpowered, so...
Alright. Fiora's Blade Waltz. Cooldown mana cost to refund if Fiora is suppressed while casting Blade Waltz before it has started to have any effect. That's just a bug fix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like it when your ult doesn't work.
Yeah.
Alright.
You don't like when your ult doesn't work and it goes on cooldown. Like, that's...
So yeah, Fiora is like well known for that. Like, I don't know how many times my Blade Waltz, like, I've either been killed inside my ult or something like that's happened.
Thornmail OP.
Yeah, it's really irritating.
Now, they did a lot of things to Master Yi also, and it feels like Master Yi is a character who gets changed, I don't know, all the dang time. I mean, they take damage from Alpha Strike, they give damage back to Alpha Strike, they reduce the time on Meditate, they give more time on Meditate, they change the ratio on Meditate, they change the things on Wuju Style, they change them back 6 patches later. This incarnation of Master Yi, Alpha Strike's initial cast time is down slightly. They don't give us a time for it. The chance to deal bonus damage to minions is adjusted to 50% all ranks, which I really like that change, although that's maybe a little bit more Summoner's Rift focus, but it really helps him clear towers in Dominion if people get pushed up on him. The bonus minion damage, though, is a flat 400 at all ranks, which, again, I think this is more helpful in Summoner's Rift than in Dominion. But it makes me think of the following. Do the hit points on the minions change in Dominion? The way that they do in Summoner's Rift, or are they the same throughout?
I think minion health does increase with time, yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Does anyone know the numbers for that?
I don't.
I can tell you by experience, it takes 2 auto attacks with the range they do.
That's how we gauge things. Like, we just see like what champion we are, and we know kind of what percent that the minion is, and we know we can kill it depending on that percent of the minion's health.
Gotcha.
The ranged casters have about, I don't know, 300 to 400 health late game, and the little Superman has about 1,000.
So overall, this is a good change then for Dominion because it helps Yi clear better.
It definitely helps us APE bots early game out, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you don't see a lot of them. Like, he just kind of comes and goes in waves. Like, he'll be here and he'll be powerful, and then he'll just, people kind of really understand him, and then he'll go away, and then he'll come back. He's kind of one of those guys that just kind of wanders in and out.
He really relies on his auto attack a lot, so Ninja Tabby just really screws him unless he's AP.
And
Yeah.
stuns screws him.
He does seem to get a little bit more damage, though, as AP now, because Wuju Style's cooldown is going to be decreased. It's now 17 seconds at rank 5 instead of 25.
I was playing Twitch the other day, and I went up against an APE, and he used his Alpha Strike, and I thought I was going to kill him. And then I died. Then I looked, I clicked on him. I noticed he had like fucking 200 AD, and then I was like, holy hell. 200 AD, and he had absolutely no attack damage at all. And then immediately after I noticed that, it went back down to 100, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, Wuju Style's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Now that you can activate it more often, it used to be like you get it every other Alpha Strike, roughly. Like, give or take 5 or 6 seconds, but the cooldowns don't synchronize perfectly. And now it seems like you can get it, like, reliably timed out if you delay for a couple seconds between Alpha Strikes. At least at max rank, anyway. Because now with Alpha Strike having the chance to deal bonus damage adjusted to 50% at all ranks, and the bonus minion damage is adjusted to 400 all ranks, that screams put 1 point in Alpha Strike, power up Wuju Style, and meditate.
Yeah, Alpha Strike is only good if you're AP, if you want to level it.
Yeah, if you're gonna play AP.
Just don't even worry about it.
Well,
AD,
I think would still level Alpha Strike if he was bot lane, but that's it.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, because you do.
But I don't think but anyone that went bot lane, I don't think would go AD.
Yeah, that's true. Only I have seen strangely, every single AD top I've seen in Dominion has actually done fairly well.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're either trolling or they're really, really good at it, so they do really well. So.
I've always liked ADE top if you play him like an assassin. You just kind of wait, and then you play cleanup duties, kind of like you would with Cat. You wait till someone gets low, you alpha in, you just destroy that one guy, you get your reset, you alpha, repeat.
He does have some pretty good zoning presence on squishes, so because he can kill you, so he can just zone you out, and if you don't play the range game, he'll just alpha strike you, and he'll just start cutting you out.
Mm-hmm.
Yi's only problem is in this mode that hurts him the most is the lack of any poke.
Yeah.
He has to go in to do damage.
Yeah.
Whereas with most champions, their Q ability is throw something at him, and Yi doesn't have that.
Yeah, she suffers kind of the same thing as Fiora does. Like Fiora, when she goes in, she's kind of committed.
Nidalee got a visual rework.
Nidalee's OP right now.
Now, I need to read this word for word, though, because I think it's important. Nidalee and all her skins are looking stunningly stylish after receiving a complete visual upgrade this patch. For details, read the original announcement, and there's a link, or check out Nidalee's Champion Spotlight, which there's also a link. So, let's see. Original announcement.
Hey Gandair, you remember how like Pulsefire Ezreal was like the biggest buff to Ezreal that he'd ever seen because he actually got enough people playing him? It's like
Yep.
I think that's all basically what happened in Italy. Like I hadn't seen. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I had seen a lot of Italy, so all I know is that there's way too many Italy's in solo queue right now. It's so annoying.
No, there's this one Nidalee. I can't remember her name, but she's really good. Like she's probably one of the only Nidalees back in the day that I won on my team. And she destroyed people with Nidalee, and then people just kind of caught on after that.
Yeah, like Nidalee went from just being like a small opponent radar to like I saw a couple of good Nidalees. Like Seafood had been spamming Nidalee for a few days in solo queue, and like just like after falling to it in like a Diamond Dominion tournament, like that champion's OP.
Yeah. But the thing about Nidalee that's better than, let's say, Cassie and Timo is she actually has some kind of skill cap to be OP with her. Like, she's not completely OP just innately.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Nidalee.
You can't just play her like Teemo. Like, Teemo's OP without even trying. Like, you just start playing him and all of a sudden you're OP. Like,
yeah. And
you actually have to be good with Nidalee in order to succeed.
And the other thing is good team coordination and, like, avoiding her poke. Like, it's really easy to avoid her spears even when you can't see her, like, most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of gotta assume that they're coming at any point in time in the game. But, yeah, like, she's dealable. You can deal with her as an OP. And she's not like Cass or Timo.
I think the real question here, though, is she stunningly stylish or not?
I'd say she is.
The patch
Cougar
said
form.
stunningly stylish.
I like default Nidalee the most, actually, like out of any of her skins.
I like the French maid one. I won't lie.
That's the most generic answer I've ever heard. Everyone likes French made Nidalee.
Let's see if I can find the... I like her new icon a lot. It looks serious business. Let's see if I can find the skin pictures.
Hey Boo, what's your Nidalee skin preference?
Not the leopard one, that's Parker's.
Let's see. Running no script makes me sad. Alright, so the new splash art's kinda alright, and that just looks odd. Wait, these are the old ones, never mind.
Yeah, those are the old ones.
Okay, let me go down. I thought they were gonna put them in there. Nope, these are
Chinese.
still... The Chinese art's still amazing. They don't have the art rework stuff in here.
Chinese art is always amazing.
Chinese art's better than normal art.
Just go look in the like your League of Legends tab. Just go down to Nidalee and click her and just scroll through her stuff.
The Chinese art's just so good, it's insane. So they don't have the rework art splashes in here, unfortunately. I could probably dig them up, but I don't want to have to do too much browsing.
The reworked art hasn't been released on the main client either, judging by my
Oh, really?
judging by like my actual League of Legends client.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Alright, well, it's Rengar time, guys. Battle Roar and Thrill of the Hunt. These look like nerfs.
No longer viable.
Alright, well, that sounded authoritative. Can anyone argue that?
That's a Summoner's Rift nerf. From what I've heard, people are just building in like pure tank and Summoner's Rift and still wrecking your face, and I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen a good Rengar in a really long time for Dominion, so
Yeah.
this is further makes them worse.
Alright.
Yeah, I tried playing him in a versus AI game just today, just to see how he felt, and didn't like how he felt. It's too hard to stick stuff, and then again, like every single one of the bots had a fucking disengage, so that was annoying too. But
Let's talk about Teemo then. If Rengar is a little...
Thank God for Timo.
Yeah.
Damage reduced at later ranks down by 150 damage on the third Noxus trap.
Yeah.
Thanks the
Good.
fucking Lord.
Thank the Lord that
Praise the holy Olaf.
I want to know which...
Prayers be to the holy Olaf.
Oh,
That got a little evangelical right there.
I hate Teemo. I hate.
And toxic shot, AP ratio
Painkiller
reduced.
for games.
What?
What?
I always do a prayer before our games.
He's,
So that's interesting.
That's the secret to our success.
Well, you know, when you have divine power on your side, that would explain a lot. So, Teemo's still viable, but not as insane?
he's
Is that
still
what I'm getting?
overpowered. He's still completely overpowered in my opinion.
So he's not overpowered squared.
No,
Yeah.
he's overpowered.
He's,
Okay.
he's really powerful still, just because of he could basically just lay a mushroom anywhere, and not only do they have vision, but like people can still.
Look,
it could still-
10-minute traps on a map that small.
Yeah.
10
That's-
traps that do like upwards of like 700-800 damage even after the
In
nerfs.
Summoner's Rift, there's so much more space to cover, and he can't do it. But in Dominion, you have a third, maybe a quarter of that
In
space.
Dominion, you can have like 20 traps in like an area the size of like a single lane or something.
Mhm. It's the Field of Dreams.
You cannot go into the jungle against a Teemo, and if you do, you have to have oracles, and you still can't go into the brush. Like, ugh.
With Teemo, he single-handedly kills your jungling late game. Like, he's not so bad early in mid game because he doesn't have as many mushrooms, but
Yeah.
once he's laid out about 10 of them suckers, like, you go to that jungle late game, you're just gonna get wiped. You literally have to go 4 top, in the lane, or 4 bot, and out of Teemo's mushrooms.
I
Yeah.
tried
Consider
building
jungle,
double
you will die.
Negatron and running over things. It
And if
didn't
he's
work.
laning bot, you absolutely, like, he's impossible to gank because there are literally a billion mushrooms around the speed shrine.
You have to know where he plants them, and you have to use your blinks to go over them. That's how I kill him with a Blanc anyway.
It doesn't matter if you know where you, like, I was playing like this one game and the enemy had a Teemo pot and that, like, there were literally just like 5 mushrooms around the health shrine. Like we're not even talking about going into like the brush leading up to the speed shrine. Just in that little open area around the health shrine, there were like 5 mushrooms there. And then there were like 3 more in each brush and like another 5 around the like in the speed shrine itself. And like 2 or 3 more blocking the end. Like you cannot gank him. Oh
Yeah, they need to do something.
That's
to,
full on Teemo right there.
yeah.
Yeah, they need to do something to like. This is a good start. What they got right here, like it'll make it manageable.
I'm looking forward to that
Right.
Lightbringer change. I really am.
Yeah.
Like for those of you who don't know, Lightbringer is slated to be changed. It's going to build out of a Grez's Lantern now, so it'll have that reveal active, and it'll have it'll have a unique passive reveals nearby stealth traps. So Teemo and Choco boxes.
Oh.
It's a free Oracle and it upgrades out of a Lantern. So like you buy that cheap ass lifesteal item. I know Commentary likes to start with a Lantern at the start of the game.
It's a really
Just
solid
upgrade-
item for the vision click too.
And it gives you like 50 AD too, so like you just buy it on like insert bruiser here.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that after that, Gnome has plans to put that passive on Lightbringer, or Hextech Sweeper too. So
Oh,
AP's gonna be the
yes.
same. Yes, thank God.
Love that item. Alright, so that's...
Well, that's the way to deal with Teemo and Dominion only, because they're only Dominion items.
Yeah.
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 So how about Zyra's changes? Grasping Roots' missile speed has gone down a bit. Vine Lasher bug fix. Rise of the Thorns reductions. Nothing too
I
major
did-
here.
She needed to be hit because, I mean, High Peoples plays a good Zyra, and it was really stupid how much damage she can do instantly.
High Peoples plays a Zyra and it's really stupid.
Sounds about right.
We love you, High Peoples.
Zyra's early game is just like retardedly powerful. Like a team with a Zyra has basically auto one windmill unless like the rest of your teammates are just completely stupid, or the Zyra herself is completely stupid.
Yeah, the issue with Zyra is like it's not as bad as it was back in the Blackfire age, like when Blackfire wasn't nerfed. But she can protect the turret forever just by herself. She just throws a couple of plants on the turret, and like she could just defend it against about 3 or 4 people. And she can siege the tower really well because she could do the same thing, throw it on the turret, and then like your tank's down to half health because it was slammed. Get away. You can't clear minions or anything like that while you're doing it while those plants are there, so you have to try and burn them down first.
Yeah. I actually had a game the other day where we had like there's this one Teemo, and he had Smite, and we were sort of trolling, so like everyone on our team picked Smite. But like when the game started, 2 of us switched back, but we still had 3 Smites, and the enemy team ended up having a Zyra. So like every single time she put down a plant, like everyone just like smite the plants. So oh man, that was like the most hilarious stuff. We just barely won that because Cass and team were broken, but oh man, that was a fun game.
Alright, we got some fixes and items. Aegis of the Legion and Runic Bulwark was having some weird stacking interaction, was removed. Blackfire Torch fixed a tooltip. It's our tax dollars at work, or our riot points purchases money at work. Brutalizer's flat armor pen reduced, but I think they reduced a lot of pen across the board with the pen changes, and that's sort of a response to that. Spirit Visage fixed a bug where the item is healing for less than intended. Great. Yomu's flat ARP is now unique. Black Cleaver, unique. Thank you. That was horrible.
That was hilarious, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, that Cleaver made up.
I love the Cleaver era.
I just spammed ARAM games until it was over. Like, I kid you not. Like, every single day I just play nothing but ARAM.
All Black Cleaver all the time. Black Cleaver Vigor, Black Cleaver Cassidon, Black Cleaver anything with a blink.
Funny story, I was playing ARAM during the paper meta, and this enemy brand stacked Cleavers, and he actually was carrying his team. Like, he was something like 17-5 or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Black Cleaver was literally... I'm so glad we all got to play during that.
It was the best era in history.
It was... almost as bad as Warbog's Dominion. No, like 3 times as bad as Warbog's Dominion.
Now, what was funny about it is that we literally played for like a week or 2 weeks, and everything was just dying in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, like Malphite were getting, like you couldn't play tank. Like I stopped playing tanks because...
Well, you could play tanks, but you couldn't play anything that didn't do damage. You had to play something like a Mumu and just go like pure HP.
I wanted to do it, but the Mumu was always banned, so yeah.
Lalia and I were playing around with it in a custom, and she went Talon 5 Black Cleavers, and I went Nasus with all of the armor I could possibly build, and she killed me in 9 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds
She
about
did
right.
75% of that in like the initial burst of abilities and stuff like that. And then she just like auto attacked a little bit, and I'm like, wow, I'm Nasus, and like less than 9 seconds.
I
had
honestly think they should
423 armor.
I honestly think they should not ever have touched the way penetration works. They should have left the order the same.
I think they just caused themselves more work than they should have. Like, they caused more hassle than they could have. They could have avoided it just by not doing anything. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
Seems like they just created more headaches for themselves.
Like
Ended.
before it happened, like during season 2, like I remember reading like a red post by Zypher or something saying that he wanted to change penetration more, and I just facepalmed. It's like, you have not to be fucking kidding me. There is no way that will go through because it is too stupid. And then comes season 3 and they released Black Cleaver and
yeah, it was kind of funny
Black
how
Cleaver Unleashed patch.
like I think the Summoner's Rift players didn't worry about it too much because they don't understand like the sheer power of penetration like we do. Just because like I don't know.
Well, they have the laning phase. So
Yeah, they had the stupid.
it's really hard to test like what's really good against like a bunch of team fight or in champions in SR than it is in Dominion.
This is
Dominion, we're constantly fighting champions non-stop, so we kind of know what's OP on the get-go.
Made a change to Smite. We don't use Smite enough, really. I mean, good for
Okay.
Summoner's Rift.
no, let me tell you again there. 3 smites, 1 arcade.
That's not standard.
No, 5 clarities or 5 everyone.
That was... my skull hurt after that. So, here's the part I really wanted to get to with this one is, they, from the global aura, they removed the armor pen, they removed the magic pen, there's now energy per second, and there's bonus fury per attack. And the healing reduction now only affects self-heals and regeneration.
it's a step in the right direction
Yeah.
for sure. Like that penetration aura needed to be dumped after like 3 seconds. Because I think their initial reasoning behind it was like
Armor was underpriced, and I think like I asked Noam about it, and I think he said something along the lines of armor was underpriced, so they did that to like sort of compensate for the aura, or for the you know, like how armor functions and how penetration functioned. And during season 2, that was perfect. Like I had absolutely no problems with the penetration aura.
Yeah.
It's just then season 3 comes and introduces Cleaver and the change the order of penetration, and now it's redundant.
Yeah.
How much does this energy change help energy champs? Because I feel like we saw Shen occasionally and we saw Lee Sin occasionally and they performed okay. And Akali's sad.
Kali's actually pretty good.
We just don't see her in competitive play though.
It's hard because of one item could shut her down.
Yep.
Like,
2 items.
Get that vision.
That's why she's so OP in like low elos, is because they don't get the sweepers or the lantern. Like really, you just throw that on her and what's she gonna do?
Just have a lot more armor and MR. And hope.
Always really good for chasing down blink squishies and killing them, but she kind of suffers from the, just the lack of defenses to keep her alive.
Yeah, she's a squishy melee assassin. Like she jumps in and like whether or not she kills the target, she's going to get exploded afterwards.
So does this help Lee and Shen more than it helps her? This just seems like an all-around good change.
Shen needs all the help.
I haven't seen any good Shins, like even with the thing. Like it's really hard to make Shin work. I just don't see him being viable.
Yeah, because of his global ult, he was nerfed too much for Summoner's Rift, and now like he's just a weaker champ in Dominion. Like
yeah,
his ult cooldown's a little too long.
Lee Sin's always been boss. Like I've always been a really big fan of Lee Sin. My boy Lime just played some Lee Sin and like 1v4 people back before, and even now, like right now, he's just as good. He just has a really high skill cap.
Yeah, Lee Sin's really strong in the right hands. I have no problems with him.
Okay, so Fury champions now get stuff. We never see Fury champs though.
Yeah.
We saw Renekton during Black Cleaver meta.
I've seen Fury champions. Oh god.
He feeds Renekton probably. Like I don't think he's played him during the Fury change, but he's probably a bigger monster than he was.
Renekton, he might not be that bad anymore. I don't know. Like the only Fury camp I've really seen is Tryndamere because Sauron insisted on like playing him a couple of times. Every single Tryndamere I've seen has done less than optimally.
It also could be because no one's played him for so long that no one knows how to like play or build him anymore.
So you're saying he needs an art rework?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Tryndamere just has he's just all auto like Master Yi.
Yeah, he has.
Tryndamere, he's not as fast as Yi. He's fast, and Tryndamere's not.
Tryndamere has no CC resistance either. Like you CC him and you just kill him during that CC.
Yeah.
Or you bring him down to no health and you would just snap an igniter and exhaust on him and just ignore him until it wears off.
And since everyone has exhausted,
yeah, like exhaust. I hate the change to exhaust so much.
If one champ wasn't created, Tryndamere might be more viable. But if Nasus exists, Tryndamere can no longer coexist with them because Nasus Wither will just destroy Tryndamere.
Or Malphite.
Wither's so good.
Or Nunu, like just snowball him.
Snowballs, like.
How long could we name champs that counter him? Probably do that for a minute. So the healing reduction though, good.
It's not bad. I haven't had any problems with it personally.
I think they should knock it. Like how it's like if you're doing heals to other people, like it's not reduced, but I think they should just completely do away with it.
I didn't think anything from the aura was really necessary to begin with.
Hold on, I take that back. What they should do is make it so that lifesteal items, like they should make a Dominion-specific lifesteal item, so instead of 10%, it's 8%.
Well, but then Gnome has to revamp like an entire set of items. I don't think they want to.
Yeah, I don't think they'd want to do that. But anyway, here's what they should do. They should make it so that people that have it in their abilities or their passives, like let's say Fjord's passive Fiddlesticks is drain, they should make it so that's not affected by the ore, because that's
So
part of
healing
their
reduction
kit.
from
I don't
items.
know. Like Infeed actually said he thinks it. Infeed seriously thinks that Fiddlesticks is OP. Like I asked him, and like he
But
does seem.
it's in feed.
I don't know. Like I've actually seen some pretty good Fiddlesticks play coming from him, man.
No, he's really good with Fiddlesticks, and he could probably make them really OP. I'm just saying, to make them better, like you have to do a lot of work with Fiddlesticks to make them work.
Yeah, I
And
played
then he's not going to match. Yeah,
I
he's
played
not going to
Fiddle
match.
more than any person on this server.
Yep.
And in my opinion, if Fiddle doesn't work in Dominion because of certain reasons,
Yeah.
its drain just sucks in Dominion. It just doesn't do what it does in SR. Like, you can do some amazing things.
I don't know. I've seen like Infeed's drain. It's like a fucking truck.
But if you look at all the unviable champions in Dominion, probably a huge portion of the lower brackets are the ones that have to rely on lifesteal or something like that in their kit. Like you got Fiddlesticks, Vladimir. Who else is a really?
I don't know. Like a lot of like the really weak champions seem to be mages, in my opinion. Just like those weaker summoners, rift mages.
I don't see many mages being as weak nowadays.
I see
Morgana, like Morgana, Nami.
Ziggs, in my opinion, is kind of weak and dumb.
I've seen Boost do
I
some
can play
amazing
Ziggs.
Ziggs. Yeah, I've seen Boost do some amazing Ziggs.
Yeah.
I've seen Sauron paired up with Syndra, same with Comp.
Well, Competitors has convinced me that Cinder's actually pretty good. Like, I've seen enough good Cinder play for him to know that she's actually viable now. So I guess I just haven't seen any good Ziggs play yet.
And Boo used to play Ziggs all the time, and he destroyed people.
I've actually seen some good Twisted Fate play recently, too, so I've started changing my opinion of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twisted
Really?
Fate is good. He's just really very squishy.
Yeah. But if you look at like the bottom, let's see if we can get Sauron's tier list in here. Go ahead and I'll
I'm actually starting to think that, like, the weakest champions are, like, AD carries, like, stuff like Corki.
Torquay, I feel so sad for him.
Yeah.
Corky is a good laner, good lane bully, because he has a lot of skills that go through minions or good range. But like Ezreal outclasses Corky in every way in this mode, and Ashe just isn't viable. I mean, you'd have to put some major tanks around her to make her work. MF is viable against certain champs, but if there's a lot of assassins, just don't even play MF.
And you need a team around her too. Like you need if you have the Leona. And
Yeah, MF's pretty solid. She just needs her, like...
You need people to cock block people from...
You just can't deal with, like, multiple gap closing assassins. Like, 2 games ago, I tried playing MF, and the enemy team had Kha'Zix, and I think it was Evelyn, and I was... I don't even know how I managed to go positive that game. I honestly don't.
So, in addition to that change, kind of building off that a little bit, one, they reduced the MR and on the minions and super minions, but that's just going to help casters clear a little bit better and help them bail out towers a little bit easier, farm a little bit better, or whatever. And
I never noticed it to be a problem with mages because I always had tribe.
Yeah.
So
it's just going to help them a little bit. Nothing big there. Health relics give Fury now. Useful?
I don't really know, because I've still yet to see a Fury or...
It's probably a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I got Shyvana and an ARAM the other day, and their health relics give Fury too, so... It felt nice walking over a health relic and seeing my bar go up.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've got
things
any... Oh, no, go on.
It's one of those things that's it's not bad. Like, it's not particularly good, but it's not bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright.
it's good for holding Fury between waves, I guess. Or it's good for lane presence, but for top lane, you know, I really don't see where that helps. Besides, you know, maybe Shyvana's at 88 Fury, and then there's 3 people coming who grabs the health relic, and then Dragon forms in. I don't know, but
yeah.
Or
That'd be cool.
Rennick,
I want to see that.
it's like, oh, she's going to get a health relic. Her Dragon form's now up, and does that. You know, that could help. But Tryndamere, like, he's always at full power. Like, he's always the center of focus. I don't think Fury was ever his problem.
Yeah.
And as for Renekton, like, he takes so long to charge it at the start, unless he's like laning. So that's why he's usually bought. He's really good at the end of the fight when he has full rage.
Yeah.
Do his
He could tear
stuff.
someone up. Like, he could tear 2 or 3 people up by himself. He's incredible in the right hands.
All right.
But yeah,
There's a few more things in the patch notes. I'm just going to read down real quick because they're all minor stuff. There's some bug fixes with the honor animations, and friend notes now have notes. The scoreboard improved readability, different size of fonts and things like that. Consumable items now display a stat count in the scoreboard, which is kind of neat. Some of the name changes. A bunch of people changed their names, like, Meteor Apron Person, and some other guys
Buddha
changed
Potato.
theirs.
Oh God.
Freaking Buddha Potato.
There was yeah, so that's the thing. Award skins are cool, but they're time limited. Like, I'd rather spend more money to get a award skin that I can use all of the
There's
time.
some in their drift only.
Yeah. I'm just on the patch notes, man. They're cool. Make a little snowman. It's pretty neat. If you can make skins for, like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, my favorite part of
Stuffing
the
into
patch
Minion you
notes.
can get skins for.
Friends notes. About 2 months after they were first created, they were finally released on the live servers with what appear to be absolutely no changes. Like, they've been just sitting there on the PBE for like the last 2 or 3 months in basically the exact same format.
I'm surprised they didn't have those earlier on. And the gift system is really awesome. I think that no one can say anything
I
bad
love
about
that
this.
thing. Yeah.
Gifts are great. Some people got me some gifts and made me play some horrible games. Zurzel got me some stuff. Alpha Ferric, Argyle, Feedsky. They each got me a thing or things. And you buy the Champer skin. I play the game with a build of your choice with commentary. I make a video of it. Been having a lot of fun doing that. I think these are really good. I do think it's a little odd that there's a lockout on it, but I guess that makes sense. You have to be friended for a certain amount of time before you can give them. There's some restrictions on, when you can send or receive them. It's based off of level. But I guess they want the account to be kind of active and kind of,
I think it's just trying to
established account.
prevent as much abuse as possible, because there are people who will just grief you or
Yep, but you have to buy the thing at the time, is the other thing. So, you can't do it with any pre-owned content or RP. You have to buy the thing at the time of the purchase.
Well, I think
And the
you can
payment
actually,
information has to be re-entered for each one, which is pretty cool. Like, I think it's pretty neat. And I think they should keep it. It says will be accessible in the store through December 26th, but I feel like it's still on because I got something on the 28th.
It is. It's they decided.
Yeah,
to
I think it's
send
through
it
the
like
6th. Yeah, it's through the January or something.
I think it's really
Yeah.
good. Maybe it'll need a few more tweaks, but I think it's great. Why hasn't this been in the game forever? This is just going to encourage more people to buy RP. I am one of those guys that's like, I can't really justify spending money on this game, and because I'm super poor. Like, I might buy that Fiddlestick skin and then play it a lot, just because now I have the skin, so I might as well make use of it, because it's amazing. And it's a limited time only, so I'm a sucker for the... Well, it's limited time only, and it's snow and ice. That's the one thing that gets me. Otherwise, it's like, I don't play a champ nearly enough. Like, when I was playing exclusively Cat while leveling up, I'm like, I'm going to get this skin. And then I proceeded to get from 26 to 30 in 4 days, and I'm like, well, now I'm not leveling up as Cat anymore. I had it for the level grind, which was great. But now I'm like, well, I want my friend to have a thing, and he doesn't have it, and he doesn't play a lot. I'll just buy it for him. And now me, the guy that doesn't buy RP, is thinking about buying RP. That means Riot did something right.
Yeah. And the other thing we like about it is our boy Panzers, because he has a curfew sometimes. Like, he'll go with us in our tournaments and help
Yeah,
us win.
he can't actually stay.
But he can't stay for the finals, so he doesn't get the RP. So we were able to gift him all these champions and stuff for all the times that he's
So have
up.
you guys maxed out Panzer's champion lists?
I don't know. I don't think so.
he's still like 35 off, but
He got a
all the
ton,
ones that were
though.
good.
I think he got like 20, 30 champions.
Good for him.
The pop-up list. Oh my god. Click. What? No, click. What? Click. 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 Click.
What happened? What I missed?
The pop-up list for gifts. I'm trying to picture Panzer's as a screen.
Oh god.
You can only do 3 a day. You can only do 3 a day. Like, they're like gift
So you guys are still working on it, right?
Yeah, but he could get, that's 3 a day times X number of people, so it's like 10. Just click, click, click,
3 a
click,
day
click, click.
times almost the entirety of packs, basically.
Yep.
No, 3 gifts from anybody. Like,
Really?
like
Oh, Oh, damn it.
Well, it says can be sent. It didn't say anything about receiving.
You can only
Yeah,
get.
well, I tried to send it, and then like didn't send anything to him that day, and it said it was full. Like
Yeah, you can
Huh.
only receive. You can only receive 3.
Aw.
That's sad and a little silly.
Maybe we should inform Ryan.
I think they could up that to 5. I mean, I can see where it's like everyone tries to get the same thing at once. Like, I can see that being a problem. New skin comes out, and then someone who's like Total Biscuit status, you know?
Well,
like
the thing
Total
is,
Biscuit,
I
Jesse
think you can
Cox, any
only
of those big guys.
You can only like receive the same gift once. I think. So like, if you try to send someone else like something that they just got, I don't think it'll go through.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I didn't know about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Alright, so gift system good. Good in its current incarnation. There can probably be refinements made to it. Overall, real nice. We got anything else to say on the V patch before we move over to runes? We got like an hour, preferably less, on runes. So we're going to kind of just hit on the ones that don't get used too often. And just be like, these don't get used too often. Then we'll kind of go into detail on the ones that do get used. Right? Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
I'm gonna grab a glass of water really fast.
Alright, you're AFK. And let's talk about. Start with Marks. Marks, good name for a guy. It's short. It's really easy to say. Okay, I can't run with that. So I'm just gonna go down things that you won't get with your Marks.
Short back. God damn it.
You won't get AP with them because that's just sadness. You're probably gonna get armor penetration for it because it gives you the most armor pen of any mark, and it's a lot of pen. It is how much pen is it? I have it in a little notepad.
1.3.
You can get 11.52% from armor pen reds alone, which I think is really good. And the only other things that I think you would get in reds would be maybe attack speed. I know that Zemike favors the one crit.
Oh yeah,
in his
I
builds.
always run that one crit on like my AD stuff.
I don't believe in luck. I just get rid of it.
Oh come on, like that one random crit at like windmill can like just chunk the heck out of somebody.
Yep. And M-Pen is going to be the same thing. That's going to give you a ton of... Everything else just seems underwhelming because you can get better on different runes. And since this is the one slot that gives you the most of your pen, you're always going to take pen in it. Does that sound kind of correct for reds?
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically you want 10 armor pen just about no matter what.
Or if you're playing a mage, you get
reds or
magic pen.
quins.
Yeah.
But physical damage for level reds are very strong in this mode because you start on level 3 and it doesn't take you long to get to level 10. And then from 10 to 18 you just get stronger.
Well, the scaling 80 reds, it's not 10. It breaks at 8. Is where it's better at. I have a notepad doc. You can't see it.
Nice.
It's on the
I
it's
can
on the
see
stream.
it on your stream.
I
Yeah.
broke it. I
Oh my
unbroke
god,
it.
your screen just went black.
What?
Okay, now it's back to normal.
I know. I told you. I broke it, but I fixed it. It should be
Yeah.
good now, right?
Yep.
Is the doc back? Is everything okay?
Hey,
Yeah.
Boo, when would you run scaling AD? Like what champions and stuff?
You can do it with any bruiser, any ranged AD. Like all you need is 10 armor pen in my opinion, and then you can run scaling reds.
I can enlarge
I
this
like the
font
80s
a little
on
bit.
Basically, if every one of your abilities is scaling with physical damage, that's probably some good runes for it. Like Ribbon, everything scales with physical damage, so physical damage per level would be really strong on her over other champions.
Gosh, where my 80 ones at? So yeah, in the red scaling beats the 80 flats at level 8. So it's
Yeah,
not even
however-
10, and you get 8 so early. But why would you ever take it over pen? Like in what situation?
Because you can get pen from bow. You don't have to have.
For those of you who aren't aware, bow in this case refers to a last whisper.
That's my one. But like, sure, armor pen's great and all, but you can get it. You got it from your talents. You got it from other sources. A lot of times, the people you're fighting don't have a whole lot of armor anyway, so you don't have to have this insane amount of armor pen to do good. Sometimes physical damage per level is better because it will give you more damage from about 8 to 18 over armor pen. But you have to have some armor pen to start out with to get to the initial armor.
Yeah.
Like, once you get Brutalizer, that counts, whatever, Armor Pen, it's, you usually don't need 25 Armor Pen to start out with, or whatever it's capped at now, but never use flat physical damage reds. That's a waste.
No, I don't think you should ever use flats in Dominion. There's like only one exception I could think of, and that would be in blues, because scaling beats everything. And if you guys are like on the stream or watching the VOD or whatever, you can see that I have the breakdowns of when the scaling beats the flat for everything, and I have a bunch of percent math on the percent value health runes and stuff like that. But the scaling just, it wins out so quickly. At even at MR, it's like the latest it gets it is 9-10 usually, and that means what, a third of the game it's behind, but the rest of the game it's great, roughly.
Yeah.
And then the only one that I think would be I spelled fault, guys. Oops, that's on the stream. I can't get rid of that now. Crap. Well, that's unfortunate. And the blue scaling CDR runes are the only things that I'm like, here, should you just get the CDR normally? Because the scaling ones don't surpass it until level 13.
Oh, yeah.
And that's half the game.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan on CDR runes either, but I know some people love them.
There's so
If
many
you built
things.
them, though, scaling versus
I
normal.
always tell people, like, if you do have to get CDR blues, go with flat, just because it takes so long for them to break even.
There's so many things that give CDR nowadays, like with the cleavers and the blackfire torches, that it's really hard to justify having those new blues over the magic resist, because magic resist is kind of annoying to get.
Yeah, like magic resist is really important because like there is so much magic damage coming right now. There's like blackfire torch, penetration, like. You do not want to let someone do true damage to you ever.
Well, the pen, the MR, I don't think quite keeps up with the pen that you build, because when you get the MR, rune for rune, the MR runes are better, but when you then turn around and incorporate the Haunting Guys and the Sorcerer's Shoes, yeah, that's 30 more. So I mean, you combine your M pen. Let's say you take blues for not blues. Excuse me. Let's say you take reds and blues, and you get your 8 plus that. What's the math? I can't. This is 3-digit math. I can't do that in my head. What the hell? That turns into nothing, and that's that. So it turns into 13.5 or something. Let's go with that. Let's pretend that's correct. It turns into 13.5 is 43.5. And the MR scaling blues will give you 24 at level 18. The average pen that you get is gonna more than make up for the MR, especially earlier in the game before those have had a chance to scale up. So you're going to have to, build an MR item like Merc Treads or something like that, and that's just to break even. So it's. The pen outscales it so fast that it seems like, I don't know.
MR per level on blues. There's no other better runes. All the other ones are trash in my opinion.
And it's kind of the additive thing. Like you have the MR per levels, and then you have an item with MR, and it adds on top of your MR per levels, and it makes it so that the pen doesn't basically hit you take you down to 0.
Yeah, like you do not ever want to let someone do true damage to you, because
so
true damage on like base abilities just hurts really badly.
Yeah,
like
so really,
very like even with like no scaling, as long as you're doing true damage, you're gonna do a lot of damage. So you don't want to get someone to do that to me. Right?
So really, it's the MR runes plus another item that makes it worthwhile.
So you just want to make sure that you stay even at MR 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Because that still cuts, 20% off or something crazy?
Something like that. But always MR per level blues. Do not do anything else in Dominion.
There's a few other, there may be like 1 or 2 other options.
There's like a couple edge cases where
I can't
Like,
say.
Teemo's good with cooldown and stuff like that, but there's very few chances I see it being better.
Would you ever put AP in that slot?
No.
I would not. It's just you gain a very minimal amount of power, and you sacrifice a lot of durability for it. It's not worth it, in my opinion.
And with the way that you get sort of mana anyway in Dominion, you don't need the mana regeneration.
You never ever touch mana regeneration. Even on something like Swain, like you can just build just Rod of Ages, Chalice, and like you're fine now.
Yeah, and Chalice is really easy to pick up too, because of how the way you get money.
Just pick up like a mana potion every single time you're back, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, mana pots are extremely powerful in Dominion.
Yeah.
Like they're incredibly powerful in Dominion.
You know, like you just wait till you're like at like 1/3 mana or something before you pop the mana potion. You get like 200 mana back.
Yeah.
So
they're really
MR overall for blues.
Yeah.
And a case can be made sometimes for cooldown reduction.
Very rare edge case, yeah.
Very rare.
And it depends on.
You can talk while I'm on this show. It's just while I'm casting that it's weird.
It also depends on the playstyle what you room for. Like, you know, someone like me may prefer the MRs on blues and will hold to it forever. But someone else might play a different playstyle that is more scaled to the CDR end of things, you know what I mean? And they'd do better with those. So, like, I can't say as a definite rule, because no one should ever make that statement.
Yeah, everything is everything in this game and every mode is subjective to what happens in the game.
Yeah.
So, but just overall, those are the solid picks, right?
It's like a Mumu. A lot of people, like, I do them a certain way, really squishy, and a lot of people can't copy me because it's my playstyle. Even though they build the same, you know.
I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh, tantrum for 400 damage, you're dead. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, well, most people I see without MR per level blues, like, I literally one-shot them with my casters, and then casters that have those MR magic resist blues per level, they don't get one-shot. So it's literally a matter of life and death between some casters.
It's the same with Fiora top. I know which ones don't have the armor yellows because my Fiora just decimates them top.
Yeah.
You will see a notice in your survivability without them. So if you're going to do cooldown, you have to be good at not getting caught. That means you're going to be like mid-elite super mode or whatever.
We were covering reds and we just went and did blues instead. That was kind of cool. Back over to reds. Yeah, there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of like AP and MR or not MR. There's like AP in here and health and everything else, but everything else seems pretty sad because you can get that in the other slots better.
The only other potentially viable red would be attack speed reds, and that's on Cogball only. Like if you're playing Cogball, you can make an argument for running your attack speed.
Vayne as well.
Yeah, I guess Vayne.
Anyone that has like a true damage, like that goes with attack speed.
Yeah, if you're playing something that can actually you're playing something that just super scales off of attack speed, then you can kind of make a case for attack speed reds, but otherwise just stick with penetration.
I've never tried it on Leona. I don't know if that would work with her true damage well. It's one of those things you got to
actually, there's one more viable room. By one more, I literally mean
Aurelia, not Leona. Aurelia.
There is literally one more viable room besides the two, and that would be a single crit percent red. Because bullshit.
Yeah, I guess. I never get that kind of luck.
I usually don't get it either, but it's funny when I play Swain and your highest critical hit 130 damage, it's like, yeah.
One time I crit someone 4 times in a row with Pantheon with 6% crit. It was stupid.
Oh yes. This is why crit was removed from the mastery trees. Because random bullshit happened.
Those were fun times though. Like Dodge when Dodge was in mastery.
Twice in the auto wins lane. Like in Dominion, like you're playing an 80 carry, you just crit someone like once or twice at windmill fight, and like you've pretty much killed.
Guys, keep talking. Give me 1 second.
Another thing I like to do, like in ARAM, like when I'm playing an 80 carry, I'll start like boots, Dorns, and like Brawler's Glove, just because random crit poke.
If people are going to bar, we'll just meet.
Yeah, moving on to yellow seals is a lot more viable. A lot more viable picks here, like health per level
and armor
is really good. Armor per level is good. Flat armor is good, and even I've seen magic resist per level on yellows. It's good too. They have like 3 casters or something like that. I saw Tal doing that, and it worked really good against my casters.
I wanted to go.
But your most, bread and butter is going to be armor per level or health per level. They're both really good, and they're within a percentage of each other, so either those two.
Probably gonna be good.
Yeah. Especially post-cleaver area.
And usually my personal guidelines for choosing whether to a health level or armor level depends on how much health or armor I'm planning to build early game.
But then again, I mean,
If I'm playing Brand, I build a ton of health early game, you get Torch, Rylai's, and Void stats, so I have no armor but a ton of health, so I go armor per level. And if I'm playing something like Malphite or Brewer, I'm probably going to buy a lot of armor early on, and I get health level to scale with that.
Yep.
It's also good to know what your champ scales best with. You can find these from various sites, but when I'm playing Leona, her best stats are HP and something else I can't think of right now, but basically she needs health, so I just do health per level on the Quins and the Yellows. So she has 400 extra health at level 15. She just has so much health, just to tank everything.
Alright, what are we on? I missed a little bit. I was talking to people.
We just went over Yellows, man.
Oh my gosh! Yellows! I spent an hour doing math on Yellows. Hold on. We need to go over there. Are we done with Reds? Did you guys?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
We're down with Reds.
Okay. Yellows! Alright, so, you guys were talking about health. I heard health, and I'm like, I gotta put my headset back on. Did a whole bunch of math on health. Alright, so.
Yeah, we were just saying
Yeah, we just went over when you would take health or armor.
Yeah.
Did you go over when percent yellow is better than scaling yellow?
Percent yellow is not worth it, though.
Yeah. It's so much weaker early game.
It's worth it under the following circumstances. And actually, percent health is way better early game than any other time in the game. Yes. Okay, so percent health yellows, they will give you the same health as yellow flats if you have 1,064 hit points or more. And they will give you they will give you more HP than per level yellows if, let's see, so if your hit points...
I need a number though, how does it compare to flat health? Because nobody runs flat health.
I have it on the stream if you want to look at it.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand your formatting.
There's no formatting, it's Notepad doc.
Yeah.
But the what's it called? Yellow scaling at level 3, you'll get 30 hit points from it. But at level 3, if you have more than 648 hit points, the percent yellows are better.
The thing is, nobody uses flat health. Early game, you're gonna be pretty
Well, then don't worry
squishy.
about the flat one. You just worry about that block and I'll do this here.
I don't know, early game,
So if you're gonna have more than the values that are listed here in this highlighted portion, if you have more than that amount of health at those levels, then the percent health runes are better. But if you don't, the scaling ones are better, and the flat ones are just sad.
I don't know.
So this means for the really early portion of the game, if you are a tanky champ and you build your hit points first off, then the percent health runes are better than the scaling ones. The scaling ones are better in the late game because you usually don't reach the high values of hit points that you need in order to make the percent health runes better. Because at level 18, you need 3,888 or more for the percent health to be better. And no one really ever gets up that high. The most I see people get up around is 3,000, 3,200.
Yeah, even on a tank, that's way too high for the minion, that amount of health.
You won't get that kind of health.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone get up there.
Yeah,
I
think
see
that's why
that at
people
level
prefer-
18 in a 25-minute game on tanks like Alistar and stuff.
I mean, my Leona gets up around that range, but that's with the revive buff.
Mm-hmm. So if you're going to build your hit points early on, you could do it, but it wouldn't be as good for you
but
late
like
game.
early on, building armor I think is a more effective
Yeah,
means of
but-
staying alive. So you're going to be low health, and you'd be better off with actual like scaling health runes.
Because if you don't get that armor early, when they already have so much natural pen, usually, then
Two shot.
the health really
the problem
isn't
with
getting the
building
same
health is that, like,
mileage.
you're still really squishy. Like it doesn't really make sense for you to be squishy when you have like a lot of health, but like people just tear through you like hot knife through wet tissue paper because you have no armor to defend against it.
Yeah.
Actually, wet tissue paper snags. That's not a good analogy.
Hot knife through butter.
Like, how about margarine? Margarine's softer.
Okay, margarine.
All right, cool.
They're both good though.
You're awkward. You know what? I got a story about butter. I'm sorry, I'm hijacking the show for a second. I didn't know that real butter was butter. Because I don't know. My mom loved margarine. She only ever used real butter in cooking, but she didn't use it when in baking and stuff like that. She didn't use it to put on rolls or anything like that. It was always margarine. So I go to my friend's house for Christmas some odd number of years back, 6-7 years ago, when my family stopped celebrating holidays and stuff like that. Go over there, put butter on something this doesn't taste right. It's butter. I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's not butter. Yeah, it is. They'll go get the thing out, and I make a whole new roll. I put the thing on it. I'm like, this doesn't taste like butter. And she's like, do you have it confused with margarine? What's margarine? Because I didn't know that it was. My mom always called it butter.
Oh man.
I was confused for 15 years. I did not know that butter was butter. I thought that margarine was butter, and I didn't actually know what butter was. I'm sad. So the yellow scaling runes are margarine. When you want butter, or the yellow percent runes are margarine, and the yellow scaling runes are butter. They're better.
Pretty much.
See how I tied that in? That was good, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yellow scaling rune's good because even if the yellow percent runes are better at early game, you still don't have the armor to really take advantage of the hit points. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I just really wanted to include that math because I spent an hour and a half doing it. It was hard. Find out.
Well, it's always good to know for sure that something is
Yeah.
optimal.
It's so sure, man. It goes if you need to be gaining 216 health or more per level for the percents to be better. And it's just what? It's kind of retarded. It spikes up and down a little bit. So the scaling ones are better, and the flats are just sad. Because if you want early game hit points, you just get the
flats are
percents
most
over the
effective
flats.
at those super low levels, but at the same time, you don't have any armor for those levels.
Mhm.
The only time the flats are justifiable are the flat armors. Everything else should be scaling.
Yeah, that's what I want to
Yeah.
talk. Did you guys talk about the flat armor?
Yeah.
Flat armor is good if you want to win windmill fight. If you want to win it and get off to a good lead, I mean, you're only going to be down 9 armor late game anyway. If you want
that would
to,
be if you're a tank or something,
I mean, they're good on range AD too since their armor sucks.
It's a
you have,
12 armor
43
difference.
armor.
Flats versus yellows at 18. I forgot to put 18 over here. Well,
So,
level 1/8. What? That's not right. There we go. So, yeah, it's between 7 and 10 is the breaking point for most things, and you reach it fast. And armor yellows, I don't know. I think that scaling yellows are fine. And then we talked about, and then is there anything else in yellows other than health and armor? We should really be worried about.
Not really.
Sometimes people will go MR and just.
If you know in
during the black
advance,
fight,
if you know in advance that you're going up against a large number, a lot of magic damage, you see everyone in the enemy team does magic damage, not much physical, then you could probably justify running a magic resist page. But draft is dead, so the only time you'd ever use that is potentially in non-dominion turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really situational. It's kind of like the anti-LeBlanc strategy where they put magic resist on every single room.
And even then, you could just run health per level instead, health per level and yellows, and just buy a couple magic resist items. That would scale with it too.
All right. So, how
The
about?
problem with magic is it's kind of really hard to come by on a lot of items. So a lot of items just aren't good that have magic resist on them. For instance, tanks. The spirit missiles, a lot of tanks can't use it.
Bulwark is amazing.
That's a good
Bulwark
item.
is just totally amazing.
Bulwark's good. I like getting that
Like
third.
I build it on like brand and stuff,
Yeah.
just because it's just so good.
I just find it incredibly easy to itemize for armor, but incredibly hard for magic resist
Yeah.
on a lot of people. And I don't like Odin's Veil at all, unless they're heavy magic.
Yeah, like the problem with itemizing like
I
magic
love
is just,
Odin's
like,
Veil. It costs so much cheaper now.
the problem I have with magic is just, like you can't build like multiple magic resist items piecemeal. Like all the MR items have like non-MR components.
Yeah, like
They have like
ability
one,
power,
like they have
health.
like one Negatron, then you build like ruby crystals or something that you don't want. Like you want MR, but you're building something that's not MR, and it's really stupid. Like with armor items, like this person heart, like you build like a chain vest, and like you get like everything you build has like armor, or just lots of health, or no useless stats.
Yeah, that's another reason I like the MR on the blues. It's such a precious stat that it's really hard to do something about it through itemization. Like cooldown, there's tons of cooldown reductions in the game now. So that's not really hard to come by. Armor is really easy to come by. Health is easy to come by.
Yeah.
Guess we gotta move on to the quintessence
The
now.
quintessences.
Well, I do
This
think we should
is-
probably. Well, no, we did talk about CDR. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we're good.
we talked about CDR blues during red pen discussion. I don't know how that happened, but it was fine.
think-
Quintessences. What do
I
you
think
think?
it might be easier to tell you which ones aren't viable and the ones because there's so many viable ones that I see
Yeah.
here.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I'm gonna go down the list. We're gonna kind of just like kill this one. I'm gonna throw to people, and then we'll handle these. So Blueberry, AP flats, yes or no, and why?
Yes, it gives you 5 ability power for 2/3 of the game. It's really good for the first fight. You can have over 60 AP. It's definitely viable.
Do we agree or disagree? There's 3 of us.
Agree.
So.
Agree.
It's a really strong early game thing. So, like if you absolutely need to dominate early game, it's a great choice.
And if you scale really well with ability power, it's awesome. Since there's so many 10 items now.
All right, Painkiller. Since you were the last one to talk, you get armor.
I'm gonna say it's viable in a sense, but I like again, same argument as before. Armor is so easy to come by. I'm gonna say don't waste your quintessences on that, unless you know you're going against like 5 ADs.
It's
I would-
viable if you know you're going against 3 ADs, but otherwise,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, armor, we go magic resist if you need to put a tank stat in there.
I would agree. I
Or
think there are
if you
better
have
things.
if you have HP scaling yellows, then you can do flat armor in your quins, but you know,
Yeah.
it's the only other time I do that.
It's so situational. I don't like it. I don't
It's
like it
really
at all.
weird and situational. That would work, but you still lose
I
out
really
on other
wish you could
things.
change your rune pages on the fly. Sometimes, don't know why Riot has it set up like that.
Yeah, make 3 different pages where only the quints are different. That'd be awkward. But effective, strangely. Armor pen, half-hearted?
Armor pin is. I can see it being really good. Like, if you're like in a heavy AD team or something, and like the enemy's going to be buying like armor, and possibly starting off with like more armor early on, then like why not? And plus, like if like what else you're going to put in there? Like if you want an offensive set, like armor pin is one of the best things to put in there, especially if you have like heavy AD scaling or heavy physical damage, but not too much.
I didn't get a
Yeah,
chance
I
to
don't-
do the math
Yeah,
on
it's just
it,
a-
but I'm
it's just
sure
a
there's a
really-
number where the pen is better than the AD, but the value of AD that you would need in order to get more damage effectiveness than X amount of pen, I think, is so high that it's unreasonable to try and put AD over pen.
Yeah, pen's just a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Like, pens, you could just never go wrong with it. Like you just never go wrong with a lot of pen in
Yeah,
season.
the only time AD is good is early game, the flats, or the scaling ones. They're good if you have all your skills doing X amount of physical damage, like Rip.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Attack damage. I think we just kind of covered attack damage and penetration at the
Yeah,
same
we
time
did.
with what I was saying. I think that you would need significantly more attack damage. Like, these would have to be like 8 attack damage. Or maybe 12 or something
But
to
then
make
that'd
them
be
worth more.
overpowered, yeah.
In order to make them worth more than the penetration. against someone who's got armor. But then against people that didn't have any armor at all, then the 12 attack damage would be like insane. So just go pen over damage.
1280 on a single pump would be absolutely broken. Like, oh man, I would
Oh,
run that
I was meaning total. Totals. So it would be 4 per. Guys, attack speed quints.
Cog Vane again. I would say.
Cog Vane only.
Why do we like Vane with the attack speed more than Corky? Corky's got that shred on all his AA, doesn't he? That extra true damage portion of it.
Well, the shred is a skill. It is not tied to his actual auto attacks.
Oh,
Corky
okay.
just doesn't do like Corky's one hit just doesn't do enough damage to justify it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, Corky will do more damage with his passive with more damage, not more attack speed.
Okay, that works. How about these Kadur runes?
Cost too much IP, don't get them.
Yeah.
What are they? What rune?
CDR.
Kadur.
Reduction. They're freaking 2K.
It's Kadur. It's
If, like I said, if you're playing like a champ like Teemo or something like that, I could maybe see it, but I don't know. You just really want power in your Quins. You know, utility in your Quins just is kind of silly.
Yeah. There's better options.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can get CDR from other places.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to itemize CDR too. Like you like Glacial.
Post Cleaver, post Blackfire. It's just incredibly easy.
Yeah.
you get it on so many items, just sort of in your build.
Yeah.
But critical
Yeah,
hit chance.
That you
Game
put.
Plank, maybe.
It seems like you would need an extraordinarily crit-focused champion to take these over anything else.
Yeah.
That's crap for the other ones. But maybe on Game Plank if you're going for Troll Plank. I
Troll
highly
Plank.
recommend.
If you're going for a herder plank.
Like, if you want the 2% crit like it was before they took it off the talents, you know, you can maybe throw one in there and then just hopefully get a lucky crit in lane.
You can just do that on the mark, though. Why waste a Quint? Crit damage?
That crit, shoot shit.
Bang!
It really just depends on how much you want to count on luck. Like,
I think that crit
That
is more hilarious.
Yeah, I just run like that 1% crit, and if it happens, it's awesome.
crit chance is a noob trap.
Well, I don't know. I got a
think
case
so is
for
crit
it.
damage too. Crit damage also, like going to the next set of runes, also seems to be kind of a trap.
It's a really late game thing where if you're doing someone that's going to get a lot of that's going to get a lot of crit anyway.
Basically what crit damage does, like you completely give up your early game in exchange for you have like 70, 80, 90, 100% crit late game that makes you slightly stronger than if you had armor penetration, but not really.
Put it in a metaphor, you're basically trading your saber for a couple of dice to throw at people.
Whee! Are they foam dice at least, or is this going to sting when it hits you?
We'll say they're made of cotton.
Okay, so we're not doing those sharp edge casino dice, right?
No,
That stuff will get stuck in drywall.
we're doing jail dice.
Ooh, okay.
This is just my opinion with gameplay. When I used to play them, I found them much more potent with just full armor pen and reds and quins, and then get the crit from elsewhere. Like when I did crit and counted on it, and it didn't happen, like I just got wrecked. So I would just say go with armor pen.
All right.
Go with the safe.
Go with the safe bet.
Energy, aka what is it? Akumen? Why they take the rune names away? They make me sad.
Flat energy, right? Yeah, that's not useful at all. Well,
I'm not versed in energy champions.
yeah, I actually don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna say I don't know, but I don't think so.
We have an increased energy regen aura. Don't do it, please.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think. Wait, does the aura really increase? I don't think the aura increases.
Yes, by 2 per second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, mind you. 2 per second out of 100. But the thing is with all of that energy, that won't get you an extra skill in. I don't think it gets you an extra skill in on any champion if you get that 1, 2. Say it gives you 16, roughly? No, 15. Yeah, it gives you a little over 16 energy.
It'll give you about 15 energy. Yeah, but that is you don't actually increase your spammability at all.
Like you
the
get
only-
an extra
the
one
only
after a couple
energy-
seconds.
The only energy rune I'd even think of touching would be regen. And even then, I don't know. I don't have enough experience with those champions. You'd have to have someone actually play them.
We need someone to experiment with it. Let's just say they're awesome. Okay, these are awesome runes, and you should definitely get them.
No!
Tell us how they
One
work.
team should just instantly die. No.
They're
Like the
freaking
only,
awesome.
the
I
only
highly
energy
recommend
rune, the only energy rune I would find viable, and I played all of the energy champions, is maybe one energy regen on Kennen, and then that would be it. Like Lee Sin is fine. You know, maybe Shen could use one, but then he's better more tankier than worrying about energy. Like
He gets a lot of energy back with Shadow Crash anyway, if he delivers it correctly.
I like it now with that.
Lee Sin and Akali are fine
I do
on
too.
energy.
Yeah.
Like Zed is basically a burst assassin, and he'll kill someone in one combo. He can just wait for his cooldowns. Like I don't know. I just think it's a waste.
So that does too much damage in late game.
So what about experience and gold, guys? Do we just not care because we're Dominion?
Yeah, we just don't care.
Like,
No,
why would you
waste.
ever fast forward the game even? The
The
game's
only
already in fast
reason
forward.
you would ever run experience is if like you play if you knew.
You're trolling with Zillion, and you want to see how fast you can kill.
But honestly, I could maybe see a reason to run energy, or I mean not energy, but experience. If like you knew you could drag the windmill fight out until you hit level 6, because if you're running experience runes, you're going to hit level 6 first. And that
Level
means you're
6 troll bomb.
level 6, like if you hit level 6 for your opponents, you pretty much auto win windmill. So that would be pretty strong, but it's so unreliable. And just don't do it.
A lot of times windmills taken before level 6 too. So you kind of, it's one of
Like
those,
you would run that there, and if like you're playing like a super aggressive like bot lane champion, so like you hit level 6 before your opponent, and you just go in and kill them. I don't know. I could maybe see a reason for
you can waste
that.
their revive. I guess.
Yeah, it's just like I just hit level 6 first, and just go in and just blow the fuck out of them, and now you win. Like now you have control of the lane. But other than that, it's yeah.
Yeah, TLDR gets too situational.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Health and
with
health
gold-
regen?
With
Oh,
gold
go
for
on.
10 seconds, it would be good late game, but your early and mid game would be so screwed over that you probably would just have more gold by killing more champions.
Yeah.
So like it would be good if you got to late game, but your early.
It would be good if you didn't have to worry about your early game, but you do have to worry about early game.
Yeah, you do have to worry about your early and mid game, so those are just waste quintessence by the time you get an item for it.
We got,
Health runes.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I was going to lead into. We got health and health regeneration. And I think we kind of covered that in yellows. I mean, there's
Health regeneration, I think, didn't
Is
Jaja run regen on the Zoodeer?
He did,
Yeah,
but that's only
I don't-
for. That's
Well,
only
I don't
for-
know, like things are a lot squishier now, so it'd be harder to make the damage stick.
Yeah, that's another thing. His leader wouldn't be able to pull the crap that it did now. Like he
Yeah,
could build that
it's-
stinky stuff, and the
Yeah,
bow
like
and
he would try to build the
strength.
same stuff, and his opponent would just get like black cleave and asterisk and just bolt.
The time of Dominion where he could be really tanky and hold a turret forever is kind of over. Like Lulu.
He
Yeah.
needs some sort of like defensive,
Need-
like serious defensive steroid in order to pull that off now.
Yeah, you need damage more than anything. Like it's pointless just to stack defenses if you did before.
It is good on Mordekaiser and Mundo, people that use health, but it's situational. I don't play those camps enough to know how much you would need, so.
yeah, that's just
Your
giving them
spec-
the equivalent of MP5 and letting them use their abilities without bringing them necessarily into wanting to get ganked, or there's a precise term for that, but I don't know it.
We've actually talked about Gnome, about helping help, people use health for
Yeah,
abilities.
the aura. What I think it needs to do is it needs to reduce health costs on abilities. Like Vladimir's
Ooh.
pool has. There is no reason for Vladimir's pool to take off 20% of his maximum health and not refund it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If they got
should make
refunds
it
depending
so-
upon what they hit, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like
but
if Vlad
that's,
pooled, he'd get a percentage of the lost value back, depending upon how many targets he hit with the pool.
Or just like decrease the upfront cost. I think is what you should do.
That'd be good too. There's a couple ways it can be handled. That's good. That's a good
That's
idea.
what we were talking about before, though, about the lifesteal aura. It just needs to be tweak so that people's abilities aren't affected by it.
Hey, there's a lifesteal Quint. You want to talk about that while we're at it?
Not worth it.
Yeah,
Did you guys
again,
notice I
life
skipped
steal
that?
is just such a weak stat.
We didn't talk about hybrid penetration.
No, I was trying to skip that. That's why I went to lifesteal.
Hybrid penetration is actually pretty good on
So
some.
the reason I say it is because like I've been testing it and I had some really good results with Sona. So,
How hard do you think it was for Riot to not name that double penetration? The guys that work for Riot are all pretty funny,
they're all pretty
jokey
cool.
dudes.
Yeah,
They're
they
self-aware.
probably, someone in Riot probably had to like just say, "Okay, guys, we can't do this."
You see Tryndamere face palming, guys. I shouldn't get memos like this. It's funny.
Tryndamere would probably be
But
all
put
over
that away.
it, right?
Right? That's what I like about that
wanted,
company.
it's like,
They're self-aware. They know all the memes and the jokes and things that arise out of their community.
yeah.
Like Gangnam Style Twisted Fate is awesome.
I honestly find the double penetrations good if you have both types of damage.
Yeah,
I
like,
think
it's
they're better.
really
But which
good on
characters
Sonic.
really have that? Because it gives you the combined value of pen is really high. So
Yeah, like when I do it on Leona, I have both things. I have auto attacks and I have magical abilities, so I really like it with her. But I do that on my reds, not my quins. On quins I do health, but
I really like it on tanks, yeah. Like even if they're except for like someone like a Moon, but like Malphite, Leona.
Yeah.
Alistar too?
Alistar.
Yeah, definitely Alistair.
That's my next project actually, double pen.
Double pen
Yeah,
alley.
like, it's really good on both. It's great on Sana. Like Sana's the first champion who like actually made me think that those are viable runes.
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, if you have both types of damage, it probably works. Like,
Yeah. They probably
So-
work on Cogmall too.
And then
But
M
then
pen
again,
is
I
just
like-
another good
I like
pen
running
rune.
move speed on him just because move speed equals survivability for Cog.
Anyway, Magic Pen. Yeah.
Magic Pin's good. I run it on like high burst damage mages who I don't really care about move speed
You
as.
can never go wrong with Pen.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with Pin. Like,
you gotta check your caster's scaling on ability power. Like that's something you have to do with research. Like with Annie, she just does better with ability power. So I run ability power on her because she has pretty good ability power ratios. Whereas some casters are really crappy and some casters are really good. So you have to just kind of look at your champion's ability power ratios to decide which one you would need.
Most of mine are pretty tanky. So
you have to
yeah.
examine base damages too. Like something like Brand, like I think he'd rather run a just Magic Pin because he just does so much damage base. You don't have to build any AP hardly.
Exactly. So it depends on the caster. You just have to run the numbers. Take a look. at
And
your
some
champion's
casters
numbers.
like move speed too. Like you can never go wrong with move speed just because like it helps you stay alive. You know, like for a squishy range caster, you know, like you can never ever go wrong with move speed because you can just stay away from people who want to jump on your face and tear it off. So,
I would really like a list of how many champions can kite what other champions with move speed quints. Because that'd be a really interesting list to compile. I should have thought of that before I did this show. Damn it.
That's
And that
actually
is
really.
one that I'd actually be.
Yeah, I would be interested in. I would be really interested in that.
Okay, I'll work on that for the next one, the next show, or a show at least about speed in Dominion and talk about speed champs and speed shrines. And hey, that's a great idea for another show. Who said that? That was Painkiller that said that, right?
Mhm.
You're in on that show. You're
Do I
hired.
get a gold star?
Maybe. If I meet you, I will give you a gold star. Just ask me.
Okay. Yo, you need to like.
It's a great idea. Yeah, let's do a
You
show
get
about
like
speed.
you get like a cheap plated gold star.
No,
well,
I
if
carry
there's
gold
ever-
stars with me all the time. Like, I literally have a pocket full of gold stars, because you never know when someone's going to earn one. You gotta be prepared. You just gotta be able to throw it down.
Yeah, the next tourney or anything that Riot does that's in Seattle, yeah, come over and you'll give me the gold star.
Dude, we've been asking for, like, people to do stuff in Washington for a long time, because one of the really old Vato Clan members, like, from, like, 2006 era Vato Clan lives up there in Washington. And I want to go up there to hang out with him, and he plays Warhammer 40k, and I want to throw down a game, and it'd be like super awesome. And now Painkiller's there, which is also really cool. And it's in Washington, which is north. I don't know why that's cool, but it's north. I don't get to go north. Actually, no. Is Seattle further north than Columbus?
It's northwest. Columbus?
Is it
I don't
further
know the
north than that?
geography well.
I don't
It's-
either, because the world's curved. I think it's more north than Columbus. That'd be the furthest north I've ever gone if I go to Seattle.
Seattle is pretty north.
I have all
it's
sorts
on
of
the
reasons to
border
go there
of-
now. Holy cow.
That's really nice.
Alright, let's talk about mana and mana regeneration right quick.
Do
Don't.
not use.
Yeah.
Five, so you do mana per level.
Yeah, you do.
Rise is better with spell map and its
Yeah,
twins.
well, I'd rather have Rise of Magic penetration just make
Yeah, or magic then. Like
It's not-
that's what I see Sauron do.
I saw some people with twins with that, so I don't play Rise.
I don't think he scales hard enough off of Command in order for it to be worth it anymore.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think before people used to do that. But that was before the cancel.
I would just do spell map with Rise or magic then. Like he really.
Yeah, we'll meet
just
him
make
there.
The extra mana.
Oh.
Yeah, never do mana regen.
Don't do mana regen.
Never.
Mana regen anywhere in your room pages just don't do it.
This is relevant information.
Alright. So, we talked about move speed a little bit, and we'll actually do a show on move speed, because that's a great idea, because Painkiller's he's thinking like that. Percent health. Did I do percent health for purples? I did. Let's see. So, scaling HP, it gives you a bunch of bonus AP, or HP, depending upon what your level is. It's good. Scaling HP is, let's see. You have to be gaining more than 180 hit points per level for the percent quints, the percent HP quints, to beat the scaling HP quints. And the flat ones are just sad, because the flat ones get beaten.
Flat ones got nerfed a long time ago.
Yeah,
Used
the flat ones used to be
Wow.
amazing.
to- back in like season
Yes.
1. Or was it pre-season 1? It was close to that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's just the same story. It's probably just the same story with
Basically the same thing as yellows.
yeah.
No, there's a weird interaction where if you have percent purples and percent yellows, but then it's like every or it turns into being like every 197 hit points or something like that you need, and it's still better to get scaling in the second third and third third of the game as opposed to the first third, and even then that first third only works with certain champions. Well, I don't know why percent health's in the game. I really don't. I think it got nerfed at one
Riot,
point.
I think Riot wanted an option for like those like super high health stackers, but I don't think they realized.
That's like Cho Mundo, and that's it.
But even then, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, even then they'd rather just build like armor in order to make their
If you have 4K with a Cho, then you have problems.
If you have 4K, then you want to build armor. Like you don't care about health anymore. You want armor.
I mean, to be honest, with one good health item with Cho, you can have 4.5k health. You know, if you're fully feasted. But I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
This is just
I think it was one of those Riot's afterthoughts where they thought they kind of knew what they were doing, but kind of didn't at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just
They need
there.
to increase the percentage.
Like if we
by
get there like
point.
ahead of them by an hour or so, or we'll eat or something, and then they'll show up.
Hey Gandair,
Should be fine.
Gandair, can you tell them that we have a show going?
Sorry, I was trying to play New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Wait, did my mic not mute? When I
Nope,
click?
it was not muted.
Just tell them no
It
alcohol.
says.
That's all you need to know.
Whoa! Hold on. Let me try it now.
Okay, it's muted. I can't hear it anymore.
Does it work now?
Yeah,
Oh, my stick's broken on my what's it called? I have a switch
mic.
that's on the actual cord, and I guess
Yeah.
it didn't trip. I must have broke it. Okay. All right. Do. Okay. Sorry about that. So are we at revival?
Yeah, I think we're at revival.
No, we revived pretty fast.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
fast.
I don't know. I can see where it looks promising, but
I can
don't
see
know.
a ton of times when you
It's
just
a
need that
trap.
1 second.
It looks
but-
good, but you're giving up like defensive stats. You're gonna be you're gonna be dead more often. And honestly, I'd rather have defensive stats.
It's not a safe bet. Don't go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a good scenario where it would be good though. let's say you're the first one to die, and you had this reduced res timer, like 25%, because you're like 21.
Then you could get everyone else on the spawn.
And then you get everyone else on your respawn.
I actually
res
think
timer.
We're
I
giving
remember
that the call.
actually that's not how it works. Like I remember back when Dominion was like new and first released. Like I read like a Red post that said like spawn timers like actually don't affect like the spawn wave. Like you'll respawn fast, but like the rest of your team would respawn like within how they normally would if you didn't have those. So
Really? Oh.
yeah, that's what I read.
Lame.
So, yeah.
Okay, so not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it. Not worth
Planning
it.
on going early, serving the table. Like, it's just gonna be the 3 of us. And
Too much loss.
they'll only let you, like, they won't let you take the table if you're at least half the parts. There's needed numbers.
See, I think the only ones we got left are the scaling magic resist and the scaling armor, which
We got
think
AP.
I don't think we actually touched on scaling AP yet.
Well, the scaling AP is better than normal AP.
Yeah.
When does it break even though?
it's like level 12.
Oh, that's not worth it then. Like, AP's for like early game.
Oh, yeah, just give me a ring.
Yeah, 12. Well, you got that right. Yeah, you know. The scaling armor wins at 12. The scaling AD wins at 9. The scaling CDR doesn't win until 13. And the scaling MR wins at 12. So yeah, it's 12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Yeah, none of those are worth it.
They're all worthless for those reasons.
So just get the
Well,
flats in this case.
I'll bring
Just gives you
some
a pretty
evidence
solid
to the-
early game boost. When early games are rough played anyway.
I'll bring some solid evidence to the contrary. Is you do not want to do scaling armor unless you have flat armor in your yellows.
Yeah.
You do not want to do
Ugh.
scaling, like, I'm just giving scenarios of where it would work. Scaling MR is actually better than scaling armor, because early game you need armor more than magic resist, and magic resist is good later because your casters will be more powerful late game than early game. So, like, if you know they had 3 casters, I did this during the Blackfire Torch era. You do MR per level Quins, and you do MR per level Blues, and it works like a charm. But only do it when there's 3 casters on the other side.
Yeah.
If you want to do flat MR, like, it's not really good for early game. They're not going to do much less or more damage if you have flat magic resist. So I think the scalings are better there, because you need more armor early game than magic resist. But yeah, physical damage per level, I like it to a certain extent, but you know, armor pen's just so good. It depends on the champion. Like champions that have all 4 abilities that scale physical damage, I really like it on those.
What about champions that have innate armor pen in amounts? Like Darius is the first one that come to mind. There's a couple other ones. Wukong, V. They have MR. They have armor reduction and pen.
I think Feed told me something about you don't go too much armor reduction with Darius. You just go damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, with Darius, I would just do 10 armor pen and stack physical damage per level. That's what I do on my Darius, and it works like a charm.
I do it on I do the physical damage at the start for Pantheon, because I can get like 3 or 4 kills at the start, get a good windmill fight, and I can get 10 just with the bow.
Oh, you go flat AD on pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah.
So, if you have a character that has a particularly high affinity for a stat, it can be good to build on that same thing.
Yeah.
Because like Galio gets a bunch of MR naturally, it feels like you'd want to get more MR on him. And just be immovable.
And MR converts the ability power on him.
I mean, usually what I like to do is, like, if something has like a steroid, I pick like the opposite set to complement that. Like for Annie, who has like an armor and MR steroid, I go like health levels so that like the health complements the armor magic resist.
Ooh, that's really good in the case of defensive stats. It's also really mean with Annie. It's not nice.
Same kind of thing like full sticks. You go like if you had armor and MR as compared to health, then you could just drain away while you're taking reduced damage rather than just having health.
Like lifesteal and spell vamp works really well with armor because it helps that spell vamp stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
personally with Annie, like I use armor per level on her just because I tend to fight a lot of bruisers.
Yeah, that's
because I'm always up in their face.
Yeah, Annie is really close range. Like, you have to be point blank with her, basically.
She's pretty tanky just by herself anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Like, even just at, like, rank 1, like, shield gives, what, 10 armor or something?
It's 20.
Oh, wow,
20
that's
for both.
that's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Alright, and looking at scaling cooldown reduction, just get regular.
Yeah, it's good regular CDR.
Same with scaling health. Scaling health is good if you want health. It just seems like there's too many good Quint choices. It's going to be really champion specific what you take. There's no blanket thing. Scaling
Yeah,
health,
you can-
Regan. Don't really talk about health
Yeah,
Regan with the other one enough. That's
I
just a
wouldn't
stat that you don't pick up too often.
It's not a useful stat nowadays, I think.
Scaling mana, not so much. Mana Regan, no.
You get 833.
Spell Vamp could be viable, though.
It's a bot lane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's with
bot
the spell
lane.
vamp? The last ones I wanted, like, well, we talked about scaling MR a little bit just now when we were talking about the other scaling runes. What about spell vamp? That's the last one we got. I scrolled too far to the right. There we go.
It's more of a bot Quint. It's so you can sustain and keep yourself alive longer.
Spell Vamp's better than Lifesteal in my opinion, just because Spell Vamp works for everything, but not just
Yeah.
not just physical damage with Lifesteal, but also Spell Vamp is a lot harder to get. Like you have to really commit.
14k.
You have to commit to.
You have to commit at least 1,200 gold in order to get a revolver.
Yeah.
You can get
half the time you
10%
don't
total
wanna-
or 9% between Quints and Masteries.
It's 9, I think.
That's alright.
Masters is 3%, Quince is 6% total.
So it's 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, didn't they
good.
change? Wait, hold on. They changed the mastery so the spell vamps from the utility.
Yeah, the Spell Vamp is on the exact same thing. Like, they moved Lifesteal over to where Spell Vamp is, so now it gives you both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why they did that.
I think just because, like, it's a utility thing. It's not, like, direct offense.
Yeah, but the people who, like, let's say, like, people who use the dual lifesteal, like, let's say, Collie, they wouldn't go into utility.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's the problem I have with it. Like,
And
it's in the
someone like
wrong tree. It is.
Someone like a support, not spell vamping anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's honestly in the wrong tree, but that's a different discussion.
It's okay. They'll get it one of these days.
We'll
Yeah,
do
maybe.
Masteries in a discussion
Maybe
at some point.
they've fucked up Masters a whole bunch of times.
The defense was a disaster.
Yeah, you honestly can't mess up your masteries too much. I mean, I would recommend doing like 22-7-1, you know, just
20.
as a general.
22.
You get all the offensive, whether you're physical or magical, and then you go down to you get one of the defenses.
What I've actually been doing, like, I've been running like 21-6-3 on like stuff.
What do you put your 3 points in? Like Wanderer?
What I've been doing, like, in the utility tree is I've been getting the move speed just out of combat.
I've been
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
of putting.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of putting my tanks in the offensive tree, because I hate the big tree so much.
You know, well, what I do is, like, I go like 21 in offense, get like 6 points in defense for like max health per level, and then I get like rank 1 of resistance and hardness, so it gives you like +2 armor and MR, which is pretty good.
Anyway, back to
Yeah.
runes.
Guys,
We got 'em all.
I think we ran out of stuff to talk about. So we'll go over masteries and summoner spells, I think, in a video, because there's a lot of summoner spell mastery interaction because of the masteries and stuff like that. And
Yeah, like summoner spells and masters, like usually what I do is like I like to coordinate the two, so
yeah. And I think we covered all the
so, like that's
the
actually
Quints.
like its own separate episode, like how you like
Yeah.
do summoners and masters together. That'd be-
I want to do that as an episode. I want to do the movement speed as an episode. I still want to talk about champs at some point. I think that might actually come after we do most of these basics things. Guys, we made it to the end of the show. It only took 2 hours. Yay! Happy New Year
I
to
do
some
want to
people.
say one last thing though, like
Yeah.
in the masteries and utility with the improved revive is worth it over Met Stars because because
Yeah.
you get like 500 extra health late game and like 200 extra health early game. It's amazing talent. It's something you need in Dominion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to take like the 30 flat health over like Infusion 5. It's
Okay.
But that's it.
All right, outro. You guys go first, and then I wrap the show.
oh us first. Okay.
It's like an intro, but backwards. So speak
right.
backwards.
Backwards. So I like to burn things. I play Brand, and I used to play for PEX, but now I'm kind of
What?
freelancing. I'm kind of sad.
Sure.
I'm half-hearted. Okay, and actually I did that in the wrong order. I should put the back go to someone else. Oh, whatever. Okay, someone else next.
My name's Painkiller. I like to play at Mr. Fiora all day, every day. And
All
that's
the
what-
discipline.
Oh, Stefan!
All the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, we'll have fun with that
Pictures.
for hours.
Oh, don't get me started. I literally go on for hours like that. Anyway, yeah. That's me. I play for PEX. And what about you, AJ?
I'm Blueberry. I play any champ that is viable. I love to play Annie because no one else plays her, and I love to taunt all day and have people come and chase after me 3v1 because they're tired of Annie taunting them.
And then you kill them and just spam taunt more.
Or my bear kills in one of the two. Anyways, peace out, Gandair.
All right, and who's next? I play Cat and LeBlanc and Amumu, or at least I pretend to play. Normally I do a lot of casting for Dominate Dominion. I do these Dominion breakdown shows. I also do a little bit of work for StarCraft 2, do player interviews and things like that, live events. And sometimes you'll see me over on Europe Servercast in the 4 Players League, a tournament for Dominion. And I'm Gandair, Gaming Clan Vato Clan, and that's all we got for you guys for now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you at some point in the future.
Alright, have a good day.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
You can always
Bye.
check us
Happy
out.
New Year to anyone that missed.
And you can always check us out in the in-game dominant. Stop the thing, didn't you?
No, the local recording's still going. You have a second.
Okay, cool. Okay, you can always check us out in the in-game Dominate Dominion chat room on the North American servers. Like, if you like playing with Dominion, or you just want to like ask like Dominion-related questions or something, or you just want to occasionally chat about random stuff, because we do that, just come check us out. Dominate Dominion, no space bar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dominate Dominion, no space, and on North America. On Europe, the chat channel is called Dominion, so you can come find us there. And Happy New Year to anyone. You'll see this afterward, but whatever. Unless I just like can get it converted and upload today, which would be like a speed record, but I don't think I can swing that. So, bye guys.